Hello, dear friends. This is Kira Rudik, member of Ukrainian parliament and leader of the political party Holos. I'm speaking to you from Kyiv, Ukraine. And today is day 1500 since the beginning of full-scale invasion. We will talk about what this means to Ukraine and to the world. But before we start, please subscribe to this channel, like this video and leave a comment. I read them, I reply to them, and I really appreciate them. Thank you. So, day 1500. And right now when I'm recording this video, Russia launched yet again a massive drone and missile attack on Ukraine's infrastructure, on Ukraine's peaceful cities. And the new thing is that they are terrorizing us by attacking the trains. Recently, many people close to me had to spend half of the night on the field because they were evacuated from the train, because there were drones that were specifically attacking this train. This is yet another war crime that Russia is committing. However, the world is already numb to all of those crimes, to all of those attacks, and Ukraine is hardly making the front pages of the world media. But the war is here, and though we are struggling, we can tell you 100% that in this 1500 days that Russia was attacking us, there was not a single day when Russia was winning. 0 days for Russia's victory. And this is why it is very important for us that we are still here, that we are still fighting, and that we have friends all over the world like you who are supporting us and who are pushing their governments to do the right thing. Right now, when the situation with the United States is very unstable, when people's eyes are on Iran and people's concentration is on the price of the gas and oil, it is very important that Ukraine keeps people engaged and keeps people working together with us because the war is not over. And unfortunately, Russia is getting this influx of cash and because of the prices of gas and oil. So the war that is going on for so long is an example to the whole world, to all the generals, presidents and prime ministers, that the way the modern warfare is operating right now is very different from what everybody anticipated. Remember how 5-10 years ago, everybody was saying that the new wars will be held by domination on air and in the water? What we see right now is that all those people, they were completely wrong. The new war is the war of drones, is the war of exhaustion, is the war of who can manufacture the cheapest drones and operate them the way that they can destroy all those expensive equipment that the rich countries have purchased and manufactured beforehand. And we see that not only in Ukraine, we see that right now in the Middle East, and also I think the whole world sees that it's much easier to start a war than to finish it quickly. Then something that we hope that people would learn after Putin's attempt to finish quickly in Ukraine. So we see that things are completely different and there is a need to adapt. We hope that all the countries will be learning from our experience, but we see that that's sometimes not the case. So recently in Ukraine, there was this huge scandal because director of Rheinmetall said that there is no innovation in Ukraine's drones and that it's just a bunch of housewives who are printing drone particles in their kitchens. And this statement was spread everywhere and people got so annoyed, and let me explain you why. So here in Ukraine, we take a huge pride that the war that Russia started, it's not just the war of our army, of our generals and like political class. It's everybody's war. And it's not only housewives who are printing the particles for the drones at their kitchens on the 3D printers and perhaps assembling some particles. We have children in schools who learn how to operate drones because they really are excited and they try to learn it to understand what their parents are going through. And and learning how the drones are being manufactured. We know that it's everybody's responsibility to volunteer and donate to the army. We take a huge pride that each and every of us has somebody fighting at the front line, and we are working here as a backup and trying to support them with whatever we can. So you remember the grandmas who were using Molotov's cocktails, and you remember how people were volunteering and fighting with their small groups and organizations. So this is right now a part of our history, a part of our massive pride. Obviously, Rheinmetall apologized for that, but again, it shows you there is this huge inability to understand that it is not because Ukraine doesn't have resources, and it's not because we are forced to act like that. It is because this is the only real way. When Russia or Iran is attacking you with hundreds and thousands of drones, even if you have huge ships or planes or missiles, and you are using them to take down the drones, you're still spending more than your enemy, and at some point your economy will be exhausted. What we are trying to do and continue doing pretty successfully is to match what Russia has at the battlefield, but to do it cheaper, smarter, and think through and overthink everything that they are doing so that we can do it better, smarter, etc. We know that there would be no Wunderwaffe of any kind in the meantime, but we know that it is possible to not to spend so much on the warfare, and at least not to exhaust yourself and your partners with that. So, coming back, the lessons that the world has learned is that the wars cannot end quickly, that the authoritarian regimes are working closely, that even the sanctions that were meant with the best intention wouldn't work if everybody is not actively trying to execute on them. And but also it shows you that the country that is united by the resolve and wanting to stay alive can fight back for a very long time, longer than the First World War. And this is what we're proud of.